let it go.
In Jesus' mighty name. Whatever it is you're holding on to, trust God in every situation. Yes.
Let it go.
Thank you, Lord. We surrender to you, Holy Spirit.
Let it go.
Listen.
A lot of you guys have learned that the present situation with going on with Amber. Maybe some people on my channel don't watch or don't know anything about Mal's channel, so it's my duty to tell the people, to tell the viewers on my channel what's going on with Amber, because there's a lot of people that's interested in the story of Amber. And you know that Amber was she got off the streets, she went to rehab. They kicked out of rehab because her insurance went out, and then she got into the recovery. Mal and them got her into the recovery center, and they took her in, and then they raised some money for her. Mal and them raised some money for her to be able to pay the payments for the recovery center. And then she started getting access to some of the money, which was to go shopping and stuff like that, because she likes to buy clothes, she likes to get her hair done. But with the freedom and the liberty that she had, and to be able to go in and out of that place anytime she wants at an early stage in her recovery, she crashed. And she found herself on Charles' doorstep one morning. And Charles went out there and got her and brought her into the house. And he says that she says she messed up, which means that she did some drugs. She messed up, and she wants to go back to the recovery. So Charles called me, texted me early in the morning, and told me that story. I started praying for her. He prayed for her. I know you guys are always praying for her. And he told me that she's sleeping throughout that whole day. So I said, okay. So he basically told me what happened. He told me a situation about her phone. He says that he took her phone away from her, and she's been calling the guys that used to give her money, for sexual favors. And he noticed that she's been in contact with some of them. And I guess at this moment, she felt kind of bad, and she got on, she went on his doorstep crying, and then he took her in and brought her into the house. So I'm gonna keep it 100 with you on the things that he told me. And I asked him, do you mind me telling him? He said, no. I'm not gonna say every single thing, but certain things I'm gonna say, because I believe you need to know this. Some of you who have family members that's in the same condition need to know this. Charles been knowing her for a long time. Charles been helping her. He's been there for her for a long time. And when Charles went to sleep, she went in his wallet and she stole money from him. And the bad part about that is you can't trust somebody who's addicted to drugs, who's hooked on drugs, who's fiending for drugs. You can't leave money around. I don't care if it's your friend. I don't care if it's your girlfriend. I don't care if it's your wife. I don't care if it's your children. I don't care if it's your mom, your dad, your cousin, your best friend, your homie. I don't care who it is. If they are hooked on drugs, they have no morals. They are going to steal from you any chance they get. I've heard these stories numerous of times to know better. And matter of fact, I even told Charles that night when he told me she was in there sleeping. I said, man, don't leave no money out. I told him that. I said, don't leave no money out, man. And the next day, he called me and told me that, yeah, she stole his money. But so she said she wanted something to eat. He took her out to go get her something to eat. And she told him just give him the money. He said, no, I'm gonna buy the food. So he bought the food. And when they got back in the car, he said she did her hand like this. She wanted some money. He said, Charles is smart. Charles said, I'm not gonna, because Charles been there and done that. Charles said, I'm not about to put no money in your hand. She got mad and she said, forget you. But I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna say it the nice way. But she said it the real word, the F word. She told him, forget you. And she jumped out the car. She said, I know how to make money to support my habit. And she slammed the door and she went back into the streets. So, Amber is officially back on K&A, on the drugs, and walking up and down, doing what she got to do to get the money, to get the drugs. She went right back, right back. You know, so it's always possible that somebody can change. And a lot of times we don't know that, you know, because sometimes the very person we think won't change will end up changing. And sometimes the very person that we think will change won't change. It's tricky in that situation. Only the Lord knows if a person is going to change or not, because he knows the future. So with that being said, our job, because we don't know the future, is to just do what we can to try to help that person to get themselves together. And we done that, you know. I tried to help her. My wife tried to help her. Mal tried to help her. Charles tried to help her. Her mom tried to help her. Rachel tried to help her. But at the end of the day, it's all about a choice. Amber chooses. She made a choice to go back. Nobody put a gun to her head. Nobody put a rope around her neck and dragged her with a tow truck back over there on that street. She willfully walked back over there. She wanted to go back to go get those urges. There's an urge inside of her that's causing her, that's influencing her to go back to that drugs. You know, she have to get that urge out of her. But as long as that urge is in her, she's going to always be pulled back over there to Kensington Avenue and do what she's doing. The bad thing about it is, man, she's in there now. You know, she's put enough dope in her system now that, I mean, man, it's sad to say, man, that Amber could very well die out there on them streets. That's the truth. I'm not predicting that. I'm not hoping for that. I'm just stating the obvious. I'm just stating facts. This is an educated guess according to a lot of people that have been in and out, went back, and end up ODing and dying. You know, so that's the thing, man. I just say that, you know, we just got to continue to just, you know, pray. You know, pray that she do this. But I mean, you know, it's come to a point, man. Charles told me that he went to church. Let me show you how God speaks. He went to church after she left. And he haven't been to church in a while. But he went to church, and the preacher was preaching a message that he said was straight for him. He said the message was, there's some people that you're going to try to change in your life, and you're going to try to help, and you're just not going to be able to do it. They're just not going to want your help, and you're just going to have to let it go. That was a message for him, because literally she was stressing him out. She was stressing him out. He missed 2 days of work, chasing behind her, trying to get her off the street, trying to take her to the place, trying to take her over here. He almost lost his job, you know. So he was literally stressing himself out. And what God is saying is that don't stress yourself out. Don't let this wreck you, because that could cause you to going back into being depressed and going back to try to get something to help your depression, which is drugs, you know, which I believe he's strong enough now because he's been 20 years clean. That is something to celebrate. He's been 20 years clean, and he brags and boasts about that, and he has the right to, you know. That's a testimony, you know, and he tried to be that example for Amber. But, you know, if your mind ain't made up to get right, it ain't gonna get right. When I went to prison, I had to make a choice. Am I gonna stay in this lifestyle? Am I still gonna be a gang member? Do I still have it in my heart that when I get back out, I'm gonna go back and hustle again? Or am I gonna make a choice? You know what? I'm done. I'm gonna lay my life down for the Lord. I wanna live right for God. I guarantee you, if I didn't make that choice, I'd have still been in there doing time, because I'm supposed to still be doing time. I made a choice, and God know I made this choice, that I'm done with that. Nobody can offer me any kind of drugs money. Nobody can offer me any type of opportunity. I don't care if it's $1 million involved. I don't care if it's $10 million involved. I don't care if it's $15 or $20 million involved. It doesn't matter. My choice is I'm not going down that path again, because I went down that path before. I experienced that path. I know that path is either going to be death or prison. And I don't want neither one of them. I don't. So, you know, I chose to do right, you know, and I kept that choice when I got out of prison. Opportunities came my way, and I still rejected it. I said, no way. I ain't gonna do it. The Lord sent me my wife. I met my wife. We got married. He gave me a good job, gave me a good home, everything. I said, there's nowhere in the world I would leave this to go do something stupid, even though I'm gonna make a whole lot of money. Yeah, so it's a choice, man. I can very well right now say, you know what? Forget all this working, forget all this loading cars, man. I'm about to make a phone call, tell them I'm ready, and we're gonna do this thing. I could easily say that, and that would be the choice that I make, you know. But I see the difference of knowing right from wrong. You're presented with a choice. Are you gonna do right or are you gonna do wrong? And I know that's wrong, so I'm choosing to do right. You know, I like this when I'm at home. I ain't got to worry about the police kicking in my doors. I ain't got to worry about the police arresting me or pulling me over and I got drugs in the car, guns in the car, and all this old stuff, man. I don't want to live like that no more. I don't want to live like that no more. So I made a choice to be on this side. Charles made a choice to walk away from that. Mal gave a testimony on his thing. He says that, you know, he had to get away from his environment because he said it was so many people around him. Everybody was getting high. He very well could have been doing the same thing if he didn't make a choice to leave. Because if he stayed any longer, he knew that it was possible that he could have made a choice to go ahead and start doing the same thing everybody else did. How you think I became a gang member? Because everybody was a gang member. I made a choice to do that. I had friends that wasn't gang members. I could have chose to be like them and I would have never went to prison because they never went to prison. But I chose to be a gang member like all my homeboys, and some of them are dead and a lot of them is in prison. I made that choice. It's a choice. The Bible said, choose you this day whom you will serve. You know, he's telling you to make a choice. God said he has set before us life and death. That's what God said. He said he has set before us life and blessings, death and curses. And then God says this, therefore choose life that you and your seed may live. God is telling you to choose life. God is letting us know we have a choice. We have a free will. You know, so no matter what people agree or disagree, Amber made a choice to go back. Nobody pulled her out there. She made a choice to go back. And, you know, sad to hear that, man. And, you know, I haven't been out there in a while because I've been busy. But, you know, if I go back out there again, I'm not going to tell you I'm going to look at her and turn my head and walk away. I'm going to try to talk to her again, but I'm not going to do that every day. I'm not going to do that every day. You know, somebody texted me. I think it was a girl. I don't remember the name. I think it was Eleanor. I might be wrong. But somebody texted me. And they basically told me, talk to me the same way that preacher talked. That preacher gave that message to Charles. And God was already putting that in my spirit. You know, sometimes we have a lot of hope and we're praying for this to happen and praying for that to happen. And sometimes if we ain't careful, we get all stressed out about it. We start worrying about it. We start searching in it. I wonder what happened. Oh, I wonder what happened this way. Oh, you're making calls. You're trying to do this. You're trying to do that. And sometimes God is just telling you, you got to let it go. You got to let it go. Some of y'all might not like this message, and some of y'all, you know, most of y'all might understand this message. But my thing today is the situation with Amber. If she's going to stay out there in the streets, if that's what she want to do, then I'm going to let it go. I'm not going out there chasing her. I'm not trying to make phone calls to do this or do that. I'm not telling nobody, hey, go out there, go grab her. I'm not doing that. That's what she chooses to do, then I'm going to let it go. And I encourage you that's watching this. I'm not telling you to stop praying. I'm not telling you to stop praying. But chasing the internet, trying to find out what she's doing, and she's going to do that and all this every day, let it go. There's other things in life that we can be concerned about. There's about to be a war that's going on in the world, a big war with Russia and Ukraine, which would involve other countries and also the United States. These are the things that's important that we need to really be concerned about, that we need to really be spending our time looking into. Anyway, I don't want to get on that note, you know, but my thing is just we got to come to the point where we just got to let it go. I'm Joe the Street Preacher, and thank you for watching this channel.
Let it go.
In Jesus' mighty name. Whatever it is you're holding on to, trust God in every situation. Yes.
Let it go.
Thank you, Lord. We surrender to you, Holy Spirit.
Let it go.
Listen. Silent echoes whisper in the hallway. Beer bottles scattered in a place they partied all day. The wrong companion to be around when you hurt and see when misery look company. Temptation's always flirting. How can you lead the block if you can't even lead yourself? How can you feed the flock if you can't even feed yourself? Off in a city where it's nothing but drug deals, where heathens and thugs kill and innocent blood spills. I blame Satan for his hatred and deception. It's time we change directions and get free from his oppression. Only the blood of Christ can cover your transgressions. Only the love of Christ can show you what's refreshing. Hey, murder music, that's the message in these streets now. I'm persecuted for my faith and my beliefs. Look, before the verdict, I just want my chance to speak. See, for me to die is gain, that's why I give my soul to keep. Say,
To gain this world and